We have our first guest for today, which is Hannah Jenkins from Maria's Animal Shelter. So we've heard previously on the show about the increase of pets that need rehoming as a result of the pandemic. Maria's Animal Shelter and Probus are a local charity working hard to ensure the well-being of animals, big and small, and help them find their forever home. Joining us now, I'm pleased to welcome volunteer coordinator Hannah Jenkins. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Thank you
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much for joining us. Hannah, great to have you here. First off, can you tell us a little bit more about Maria's Animal Shelter and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have been running for 21 years this year, and our main aim is to take in unwanted, abandoned or neglected animals, mostly focusing on small animals like rabbits, guinea pigs, daegus, hamsters, etc. And we take them in, we health check them, vaccinate them, neuter them, and then we rehome them to safe and suitable homes.
Absolutely brilliant. I must admit, I follow you guys on Facebook, have done for quite a long time, and it's lovely to see the kind of stuff that you guys are always doing.
Can I just quickly ask, sorry, small animals and such, what's a daegu?
So they are a small rodent from, I think it's Chile area, but they kind of look like a rat crossed with a squirrel, maybe? They're sort of small, brown and furry.
Okay, but they're cute, yeah?
Yes, very cute.
Fantastic.
And we've got rather a lot of them with us. So if anybody's interested in rehoming any daegus, we would love to hear from you.
Okay.
You know what? I've never had the sort of. I've never actually felt like asking what a daegu is, because I felt like I always should know what it is, and I've never been brave enough to ask. So thank you for that one.
Chinchillas? No chinchillas?
No, we haven't got any chinchillas. No, we don't do those. But yeah, mainly the rabbits and the guinea pigs, and then anything else that comes to us that needs help, really.
Fantastic.
That's lovely. I mean, obviously, you've gone through sort of what type of animals you care for, increased our knowledge somewhat slightly of what they are exactly. But what does it take to ensure that they enjoy their time with you?
So when they come into us, we have a lot of health problems to deal with. So we make sure that we get that out of the way before rehoming. But in order to keep a rabbit and a guinea pig happy and healthy, you need a lot of space for them. The bigger, the better. There's a lot of campaigns going on at the moment called A Hutch Is Not Enough. So trying to educate people that actually these guys need a lot more space than hutches. So we have minimum rehoming criteria that I can talk about a bit later. But yeah, lots of space. They need lots of hay. Hay should be the main thing that they eat. They need a friend to live with of their own species. So guinea pigs need to live with guinea pigs. Rabbits need to live with rabbits, not mixed. And they need plenty of things to do, plenty of stimulation. And yeah, a really good sort of understanding of their behaviour and their health problems and what to look out for. So I've got a few little friends on the floor down here to show you.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. So you've got some friends who need new homes. Can you show this?
Yes,
that'd be great.
Yeah, we rescue about 300 animals a year, and we're already closing in on our 100 mark for this year. But if I just pop down here, you might be able to hear them chatting away.
Drum roll, please.
So, you didn't know what a daegu was, but have you ever seen a hairless guinea pig?
You know what? I have, because our friend Nicola from the Creature Feature Show actually had a couple of these for a while, and they were odd but cute little things at the same time.
This is Nerf. Hold him up a little bit. He's rather wiggly. So this is Nerf. As you can see, he is actually completely hairless, but he does have a little fuzzy nose.
Yes,
and he lives with his partner Hippo.
They make a lot of noise when they squeak, don't they? If they want to be heard, they'll be heard.
They do. They're very, very chatty. So these guys are looking for a home. They've been with us for over 6 months, and they came in because the owner had no time to look after them. So we're desperate to try and find them a home. They need a little bit extra sort of specialist care compared to a normal guinea pig because they're sort of naked, if you like.
Yeah.
And so they're a year and a half old, and they're both boys. And they get on quite well, but they do tend to bicker a little bit between themselves.
So do guinea pigs make good pets? And what should people know about them when it comes to looking after them? I mean, like you said then, these ones in particular have got some extra needs. What would those be?
So for the hairless guinea pigs, so these guys need monthly baths to keep their skin supple. They need extra food to keep them nice and sort of in good body condition, because it takes a lot for them to keep warm. So they would need to live indoors in a heated environment. Guinea pigs in general, I would say, do make fantastic pets, but we do try and sort of tell people that they're not children's pets. So we don't say, oh, they're a children's pet. What we say is they're a pet for the whole family, where you can, enjoy and care for the animal throughout its whole life. So the children can absolutely get involved, but the pet shouldn't be a child's responsibility. So yeah, we kind of do rehome to families. Absolutely, we think guinea pigs are absolutely amazing. They're full of character. They'll always make you laugh, and they're very excited to see you, especially if you've got food.
Hannah, what's the average life of a guinea pig?
So you're looking at 5 to 8 years old. So they actually live longer than people think. And then rabbits, which we have a lot of as well, they're 8 to 12. So again, they're a lot longer than than some of the smaller animals.
And kind of thinking about guinea pigs themselves, and kind of do they make those relationships with people? How do they connect?
So we always sort of recommend, especially with our rabbits, interacting with them on the floor, because it builds their trust and confidence. They'll come running up to you, sit on your lap, take food from you. Guinea pigs, pretty similar. If you can let them scamper around on the floor and interact on their level, then that's great. Or you can sort of have supervised kind of handling on your lap, and they will take food from you. And what you put into them is what you get out of them, if you like. So the more time and the more confidence you give them in terms of gentle handling, behaving kind of quietly, calmly, and giving them positive experiences, then the more they'll learn to trust you and the more they'll interact with you. So yeah, they're very, very rewarding animals.
I'm just kind of thinking of like hamsters and stuff. Did like hamster wheel type things and balls to play with? Is that type of relationship as well?
Yeah, so for hamsters, I would actually recommend like a little play pen to kind of interact with them, or filling kind of putting lots of things in there for them to do. So a big wheel for them to run around in is really important. I personally probably wouldn't use a hamster exercise ball. Depends, on your preferences, but I like to give the animals choice in what they can do. So if they wanted to hide, or they wanted to come up to me or go away again, then that's up to them. So yeah, I would sort of try and interact with them in their environment, and handle them, rather than sticking them in an area where they haven't got much choice over the matter.
Fair enough. I've just realised something. I did a very quick Google on Daegu, and I just realised I completely knew what a Daegu was, because a friend of mine used to have one, and we used to play with it all the time. I was just being a bit of a fool. Lovely little creatures. You have to have like a sand bath for them, don't you?
Yes, yeah, to keep their coat in good condition. Yeah.
Very strange to see them just go in and start rolling around in it and just sort of washing themselves with sand, but it works. Anyway, I'm digressing. I apologise. So obviously, it's not just rehoming these animals, is it? People can actually help support the charity in a number of other ways. Could you tell us about volunteering opportunities on offer?
Yes, absolutely. So we are always on the lookout for hardworking, reliable volunteers. We ask that you're over 16 and willing to kind of commit regularly for probably 6 months plus, because it takes a lot of training. But we're always keen to hear from people that are willing to volunteer with us. The bulk of the activity is kind of cleaning and feeding and interacting with the animals. And normally people help us from about 9 a.m. till 1 o'clock. And it's not just the animal husbandry that we're looking for support. If anybody's got skills like gardening, carpentry and woodwork, or anything like that, or fundraising experience, we'd absolutely love to hear from you, because we're always looking for a range of skills, really.
And actually, keeping with that, it must be quite a challenge keeping the animals fed, watered, and comfortable. Do you accept donations, the food money, etc., to help fundraise and such?
Absolutely, yeah. We're grateful of any donations that we can receive. It costs a huge amount of money, as you can imagine, to look after several hundred animals at any one time. And yeah, we are always on the lookout for kind of new opportunities. And you can visit our website at mariasanimalshelter.com to find out more, and to find out the different ways that you can get involved, really. But yeah, we're absolutely sort of so grateful. We rely on volunteers and donations to keep running. I'm just going to put him down because he's about to climb in my shirt.
Are you also holding any fundraising events?
Right. I'm just going to do it with a guinea pig in my top.
Not wanting to go anywhere, is he?
So, I did tell him that he was live on air, but he seems to have different ideas. We haven't got any planned because we've been kind of in survival mode because of COVID. But we will let you know through our website and social media platforms. We're on Facebook and Instagram, of different fundraising events that we've got coming up if when we can get out again and run things. So yeah, if anybody wants to be involved in public facing or any of the different ways that you can get involved, or you can email us at mariasanimalshelter@hotmail.com.
Brilliant. I've got to ask, do you get a lot of people who come forward to rehome and adopt these animals, or is there a shortage? Is there too many people?
So we rescue about 300 animals a year. So we're always busy, always got animals available for adoption. And it depends on the individual animal as to how quickly we find them a home. So I've got another little guy down here with me, which I can fish out if we've got time, but he is actually on medication. So a lot of our animals come into us sick. So our vet's bills are sky high. We're always looking for support with vet's bills and things because it is a little bit crazy. But some of our animals stick around for too long. Our aim is to get them in a safe, loving home, which we provide. And if we can't rehome, we will provide a lifetime home, and some become our residents. But if we can rehome, we like to be able to, because it's better for them, and it means that we can actually rescue more animals. So we're always looking for foster homes as well.
Absolutely brilliant.
Hannah, would you be able to show us your other animal?
Absolutely. I was just
I only say it in that way because you didn't disclose what animals you have, so it's like.
So this is another little guinea pig. He's called Hopper, and he was the one I was talking about.
Oh, he's lovely.
He's very chatty.
He is, isn't he? Right. But yeah, we have always got rabbits, guinea pigs, and Daegus for adoption. We've also got gerbils and one elderly hamster that is resident with us at the moment. But yeah, if anybody is ever interested in different animals, then it's a case of visiting our website or dropping us an email, and you can then read our information sheet that we give out to everybody, which sort of talks about our recommendations and how to care for them. Then you send us a picture of your setup. We review it, make any suggestions if need be for the animal's benefit, and then we rehome to you, so you can go home with a new family pet to love and care for.
You've got some goats in the background there as well in your image. Just thinking about other animals that you support and rehome, what would be the least common animal that you've had?
Oh, we once had sugar gliders, and we haven't had them since. So I think that's probably the rarest one.
What's the sugar?
Yeah. What? What's that?
They are like a flying squirrel. They're a marsupial. So they're essentially like a flying squirrel.
My goodness me. I'm looking for a picture now.
They sound pretty cool. They're
very, very specialist and very exotic. So I wouldn't recommend them as pets unless you're very experienced.
They look pretty cool to look at, not necessarily to keep oneself. I'm rubbish with pets.
I've actually got I've grabbed one and put one on the screen just in case we're allowed to put this one. There you go. There's a sugar, what I believe is a sugar glider. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong on that one.
Yeah,
Really
no, that is.
cute.
Absolutely brilliant. They look cool. Like huge eyes. Absolutely huge.
And
Yeah.
with goats, for example, you've got goats there. When fostering, do people have an opportunity of like adopting animals? So, for example, support and pay for the care, and you look after them rather than able to look after themselves. So, for example, a goat's fairly specialised to keep at home. For example, you need a lot of area. Would you entertain someone potentially adopting them and allowing that goat to live with you?
Absolutely. So you can sponsor some of our long-term residents. So we have 3 goats, 2 sheep, and some poultry and waterfowl at the moment. And we've got some resident rabbits as well. And you can sponsor each one of them and receive a little sponsorship pack, and know that you're making a huge difference to their life and helping us continue to run and care for them. So yeah, absolutely.
I may highlight this with the BBO team because they were specifically wanting to have a goat. So I don't think they can keep a goat. I don't think they can have a goat in the office. I don't think that's a good thing.
No, unless you want it completely trashed and you clothes nibbled and slimed on.
Yep. Yes, but they can sponsor a goat with you.
Yes, and we'd be very grateful for it. We've got a very cheeky goat called Misty who lets herself into all sorts of places that she shouldn't be in.
Sounds like a better option, really.
Yes. Yeah, we had I used to have 2 billy goats when I was growing up, and they caused a lot of destruction.
People think they're good lawnmowers and they're not. They're browsers, so they'll eat your shrubs instead.
They far prefer the garden than they do the grass. Yes, definitely. My mum was not very happy over time.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Thank you so much. So what was your, just for our viewers and listeners, what's the website that we can catch you on?
So it's www.mariasanimalshelter.com, or you can email us at mariasanimalshelter@hotmail.com.
Fantastic. A big thank you to Hannah Jenkins from Maria's Animal Shelter there. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and the latest news and updates. You can also contact the charity direct, as Hannah said, mariasanimalshelter@hotmail.com.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We now go on to some music with Live My Life, T.I. and Rihanna.